All right, what's up, people? Here we go. I am seated. I have my coffee right here. I've had a little bit to eat. I'm ready to go and play in the weekend pro-am. So let me get a little bit more of that caffeine fired up in me, and let's dance. This is an interesting hand to start off with, board one. Pass a diamond to you, and you have two bids you can make with this hand. You can bid one heart, which is your natural overcall, and that's your one suited overcall. You'll have a chance to bid clubs later, most likely. Or you can bid two no trump, which would show this hand pretty much immediately. There's a problem with two no trump, and it's something you really want to think about. Partner's a past hand, so it's a little bit different here, but you don't necessarily want to rush in to show your 5-5 when you have three of the other major suit. I kind of want to just open up an opportunity for partner to bid a spade here if I bid a heart, and then we can rock a spade contract. So it's important to recognize that sometimes if you have a bid available, don't just rush to do it because, hey, it's there. Hey, I recognize it. It might be a downside sometimes. And I'll tell you the other downside. This is the big one for me. I definitely want to possibly find a spade fit if it's out there. And if I bid two no trump, but that's off the menu. But also, we're dealing with the robot, folks. And I don't love putting the ball in their court if I can go about it in a different way where I can kind of maintain more control over the auction. If you bid two no trump, you're really restricted from your future actions because if you do anything else, the robot's going to think you have like a 26 count. And I've gotten to grand slams that way, and it doesn't really work out too well in those situations. So here, for all of the reasons I stated, but really the main one is having that 3-card spade suit right here. It's a big one that you want to try to avoid parking yourself into hearts and clubs when maybe spades is amazing for you. I tend to doubt it is on this hand, but let's find out what happens after we bet a heart. And lefty bids a spade. Oh, and partner makes a mixed raise. Take a look, folks. This is only available after a one-level overcall. We've overcalled at the one level here, and partner has jumped and Q-bid the opponent's suit. That, my friends, is the mixed raise. It's about 7 to 9 points, 4 cards in support. I am going to bid a game here, and the reason I'm bidding a game is just mainly my shape and the fact that I know I have a 9-card fit. The double here is probably just diamonds. Which is good. The more points they have in diamonds over there, the more they're willing to show, the better my hand is. Right? I'm void in their suit. So the more points they have, the less my partner has. And their 7 to 9 points is better placed. Presumably or hopefully in clubs, spades, or hearts. All right, so let's bid 4 hearts. I'm bidding very aggressively because if it's right, it's right, and if it's right and we're making it, great. If not, we've preempted them away from possibly a contract they can make. They do have an 8-card spade fit here, so let's take a peek. I really don't like this opening lead. This looks like it's going to go king of clubs, and then they're going to fire a club and realize a rough here. But I'm going to give them a little false card here. Recognize at this point, I know after this trick there are 2 clubs left, so I can afford to pitch a bunch of different things here. I'm going to drop that just because I could play the 9 here, I suppose, as well. We got what we needed. We got them to switch, but the question is, should we take a finesse here and give them another chance, or what do we do in this situation? Well, let's look at the auction here first. So before I'm going to make a decision, I just want to make sure I have all the parameters kind of set in my head. Right-hand opponent was the opening bidder, and then left-hand opponent responded 1 spade after we overcalled 1 heart. So left-hand opponent definitely has 5+ spades. Recognize that when we overcall 1 heart, they could double to show... Don't misclick, Rob. They could double to show 4 spades exactly. But when they bid 1 spade, they have 5+. So the numbers would suggest that the king is there. Also, the fact that the queen of spades is in dummy and the right-hand opponent is leading away from their hand also suggests the king of spades is over here. So in this situation, folks, we kind of can see the writing on the wall. We're not going to win this trick. But is there some way we could maybe get rid of a spade loser in the future? And the answer is yes, right? If the heart suit divides evenly, and we know the club suit is dividing for us, we have the rest of these club tricks, we will get to pitch a spade in that dummy and then we will get to rough both of these spades over there. If hearts break evenly. If they don't, we're destined to lose a spade, but we can still pitch cards on the clubs here. So at this point, if we count the points as well, we know that right-hand opponent had the ace of clubs. They also opened the bidding. Dummy over there had 4, 6, and the king of clubs. That's 9. We have 12 points over here. That's 21. So left-hand opponent has plenty of room for values over there. So here, for all the reasons being suggested, and also I don't want to have the weird queen of club lead that wasn't shortness and east is short, so I don't want to have them get an entry and have a surprise ruff to my right. So all things being considered, I'm going to hop ace. I'm hoping trumps are dividing evenly. Oh, let's go with that queen to the right. Let's go. Too bad. All right, so we're going to be very careful in clubs here. We don't necessarily have to be. We have entries to our hand, but I just want to show you when we're playing clubs, we want to be unblocking, right? So here I'm going to unblock from dummy just so I can continue to take tricks in my hand, right? And the only reason I'm doing this is just to avoid having to transport back and forth. Here we're going to lose a spade, and we were always going to lose this, recognize. The king is to our left, folks. So this was a card we were destined to lose at some point. If the trumps divided evenly, we would avoid that loser, right? But when trumps don't divide, we're just back to having that as a loser, but we have the rest. Boom. So that's my first result of this tournament, plus 420. I'm happy I bid aggressively with this hand. And honestly, if we jump over to the results here, we can just see that on this hand, we love this situation usually because partner's not supposed to have that many points in diamonds. And even with partner having 4 points in diamonds and honestly 2 worthless points in spades, as it turns out, we still make a game with this sort of shape. And it's just the power of these sorts of hands. And the other part is, if we're not really going to be making a game, what can the opponents do? Well, as it turns out on this hand, if partner doesn't lead a diamond, they might be able to make a bunch of spades here as well. So interesting contract. Happy we get to 4 hearts. I can't expect anybody doing much better than this unless there's some sort of weird, sacrifice and double or something based on an odd auction. But seems like a good start so far, so we will press forward. Look at this hand, another 5-5 hand with a void. Again, different decisions now. I would be more apt to be two-suiting with this hand if I wasn't playing with the robot. Because it's perfect. And here you can make the Michael's cube bid to show spades and the other suits. So it's possible on the first 2 boards you made two suited bids. But here I'm, for the same reasons I talked about before, I'm not worried about missing a 3-5 fit now because I don't have that in a major. So, but I have too good of a hand to try to convince partner. I have too good of a hand to want to make a Michael's cube bid because here with the robot, when you make a 2-suited bid, unless you have some sort of ridiculously strong hand or ridiculously shaped hand, you can't really bid again. And I want flexibility with this hand. I'm going to bid a spade. Partner cube bids. Amazing. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. What's 4 clubs? Okay, let's do this. All right, so my partner made a cube bid raise of spades, and I have this hand, folks. And right-hand opponent rebid 3 hearts. My hand is amazing. What's going on here? I hope righty has like 6 solid or 7 solid hearts and like an outside queen or something. We could be making slam or grand slam on this. I don't want to just bid spades at the 4 level, folks. I want to communicate a very, very strong hand, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to bid 4 clubs. Partner's just going to bid 4 spades. And let's construct some 10 counts for partner, right? If we kind of need him to have ace queen of spades or some ace and length of spades. So that's a lot to hope for already in this case. And now they just need 3 or 4 extra points. It looks like we would be asking for quite a bit from partner or the perfect hand to deal with this. The one thing that is really quite good on this hand, as we saw last hand, righty is showing lots of hearts, so partner doesn't rate to have wasted values. But remember, we thought that last time, folks. And what happened? Dummy had king jack 10, third of diamonds. So here, I'm happy just to pass 4 spades. And I have to recognize that at least in this situation, I've given my partner some sort of prodding to go forward with this very good hand, and they have chosen not to go anywhere. So we'll pass 4 spades. And here it looks like we have a spade, and we're going to be on a club hook for the rest of this. So not the worst slam, but also I don't want to be on a finesse in a slam usually, so I'm kind of happy to be avoiding this. Here we have to recognize we don't have to rough all of our diamonds, right? We only have to rough one because the other one's going to get pitched on the spade. Well, we can rough more than one if we have the chance, right? If spades divide evenly, we have ultimate flexibility, and here we go, folks. So now it's time to just get to business here. We can rough the diamond. I'm going to play the jack of clubs here. Ha, 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 look at that. We're going to lose this one, folks, but that's it, right? Or we'll lose one later. Look at the, wait, did they give us a chance here? No, we don't have the entries, it looks like. Unless the, let's see. Not quite. Okay, so here, or actually, we can take a roughing finesse on this one, right? Yeah. But we still have a diamond loser. So we can't rough everything, folks. Unfortunately, we have to kind of realize a loser at this point. And the robot's too good, man. They kind of know this stuff here, so it doesn't really make a difference what we did at that moment. Oh, I'm claiming I have one loser. Sorry, robot. It was worth a try. It was worth a try to kind of slide a claim in there, but you never let that happen. You're a good gauge of the tricks that you have left. Let's just take a quick peek at anything here. As well, I know that's like a different result stream right there. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, it just doesn't look like we have any opportunity to do anything other than what we did here, right? We have to lose a spade. Spades divide evenly, which is wonderful, but then we're either going to lose a club or a diamond here because we can't get rid of everything. We can't set everything up. So here, we're just destined to take one over, and that's all she wrote, right? So there. We will take that. 2 reasonable results to start, I guess. Nothing really we're going to do terribly different. Look at, I forgot to just kind of focus on that east hand. Wow. Look at that. Interesting one. I might just bid 4 hearts with this hand the next time around. It's crazy. And look at West. West has to take an action with this. You should be doubling as the West player, right? East opened a heart. We overcall the spade, and West is 5-5 in the minors. Another 5-5 hand around the table, as we've seen. So here, you have to show this hand, right? You have to give partner the opportunity. Diamonds would be a pretty darn good spot for the East-West players on this hand. So, just make sure you're showing your hand there, and the robot kind of dropped the ball on this, but we're happy. That's our opponents. Let's keep going. All right, so wow, very nice hand. Just a spade bid here. Boom, boom. So interesting situation when it goes to spade or no trump. You have choices, and a lot of old school players would just automatically bid clubs here and never think about it. But here's kind of where I stand and where I think it's best for you guys to be, what lane we should be in when we have 6 of a major and 4 of a minor. Especially when the major suit is this good, it's just going to be right to rebid your major more often than not. When it might be like a suspect, like maybe king empty 6, then you have a good 4-card minor, maybe you choose, but I'm okay with just always showing your 6-card major in these situations when it's major minor. When it's spades hearts, though, folks, you show hearts 100% of the time because that's another major suit, another priority suit that you need to get out there. Here, my spades are amazing. So my next question is, how do I bid, right? I could bid 3 spades. Or I could just bid 2 clubs and then show extra values that way. I like 3 spades just because my spades are just really good, and I don't mind the rest of my hand. And until now, until partner passes 3 spades, and now I wish I bid. Well, I'm glad I didn't bid 2 clubs, folks. That would probably have left us in a club suit unless. These are one of those situations partner might bid 2 hearts here as the robot. They like to clip that off with a 5-card suit, which is usually bad. But then we'd get back to 2 spades, I suppose. So maybe we're a level higher than some of the field. But, I'm happy about this lead. Yeah, we'll take that 8 of spades over there. Let's go. Now we want to sneak a heart in, right? We want to do this as soon as we can, folks, because the earlier this happens, the more likely it is to be successful. As you can see, it wasn't successful, but did we lose anything in that exchange? Not at all, right? This is interesting. They're getting off to hearts at this point, and what happened? It went low to the king, ace, and now low to the queen. So the jack is out there, and then we have time. So we can draw some trump here somewhat safely, and I'm going to pitch a club to start with. And now I'm going to play another one and pitch a diamond, and let's see what happens. All right, we're okay with this. I'm going to try to win this in my hand if possible. And now I can draw another round of trump. There is a heart pitch. And we'll pitch a heart as well. I don't know why I'm drawing another on trump. Apparently that was bad for us. Am I not counting? What's going on, Rob? Pay attention, my man. All right, there we go. Now the question is, do we play a heart and hope we're getting an end play? No. I mean, they gave me an entry to dummy. I'm going to take my finesse. And in a realistic situation, I would play a spade first just to make the opponents guess what to do. And then they will get it right anyway because they're good robots. I think I kind of... I guess with king third, with 3-3, I don't know if I can make extra tricks there. I don't think so. Yeah, it just looks pretty normal. I think I could give myself better chances on different layouts on this line here, but I'm happy at least that it looks like 9 tricks was kind of our ballpark there. So, okay, we'll take it. 3+ scores. We're happy. It is a best hand tournament, but we're still happy to be on the plus side of all of these, especially with 2 games. Here we're in 4th chair with a 13 count. Now, if you're wondering, 4th chair, this is a spot some of you get confused. And pardon me for a second. Got to refuel that caffeine a little bit. I felt a little dip there on board 3. So, excuse me. Very unprofessional here. In this situation, we are not borrowing a king from partner. That only happens when it goes opening bid of a suit, pass to you. Here, this is a straight rule of 15 issue, which is as follows. You add your high card points to the total number of spades you have in your hand. And if that number comes to 15 or more, you open the bidding. And if it does not, you just let it go. In 4th chair, you pass it out. Here, I don't like to pass boards out in these best hand tournaments anyway, and certainly not when I do qualify for the rule of 15 here. So I will just open a club. A wilder version of me and or a more kind of pressing version would open a heart sometimes in this situation in 4th chair just because we play Drury. But in this case, I'm not willing to do that. And now I'm just going to bid a no trump. Oh, my goodness. 3 spades to my left. Now we wish we passed it out or we'd need to go plus. So recognize the situation that we find ourselves in, folks. When we could have passed it out, we could have locked up a score of 0, meaning we would not go plus or minus. So now, because we've chosen to kind of go this route and open the bidding, they are in a 3-spade contract. So if we go minus here, we've made the wrong decision to open, unfortunately, right? So we're hoping we're going plus. And now we see partner leading the 9 of clubs. Interesting. Let's go back and look at the auction to make sure we're operating under all of our... So pass a club, pass a diamond, double. We can see that dummy there. And then what is this 3-spade bid? 10 to 12 points, but they didn't open the bidding. So let's give them about 10. So let's just start doing some math here before we start. So the dummy started with 11 points, right? We have 13. That's 24. And this player's advertising, they didn't open the bidding, but they're advertising like 10 to 12. So let's give them their basement, their 10. 24, 34. Partner has about 6 points, right? Lefty has spades. I would guess lefty has 5 spades, right? Because they're jumping to the 3 level opposite a double. So here, usually they have, a guaranteed fit. With 4, they wouldn't necessarily know they have a fit on this auction. So I guess they would. A club, a diamond, 4-4, they would, the righty has to be 4-4. So yes, they would be okay with that. 9 of clubs, also interesting. Could be the start of a doubleton. If it's shortness, we're going to let the declare win this, I think, anyway. If it's a doubleton and partner gets in, let's say, partners, where are partners' points? If they have 6 points, they're not in clubs. They're probably not going to lead that, right? If they're in diamonds, that's terrible for us. If they have the ace of spades, that's pretty amazing. They'll win that pretty quickly. Here, I'm just going to play low. I don't think partner's getting a rough, and if they are, I probably get 2 club tricks on this end, right? Because I'm sitting behind the queen jack, and declare would have 4 in that situation. Here, just a nice smooth duck, and that looks like declare did have 4 spades. Good. Partner's playing the 9 of diamonds. We have no idea what that means. This is so brutal. I want to play second hand low here, but we recognize what's going to happen on the next trick, folks. The diamond is just going to be absolutely pickled up by the by that dummy over there. So here I'm just trying to get out of my hand, and I'm honestly going to finesse out partner and cause that ruff. At this point, I have to play the ace of clubs. Looks like partner was giving a high-low signal in that club suit. So now watch this, folks. I have a safe exit here. I know they're going to take that club trick over there, and I don't want to lead hearts myself for sure. So I'm going to lead the 10 of clubs. Even if I don't count that suit, I know if the 9 is out there, that card has to be played. Here, the 9 got played earlier, but now I'm just trying to avoid leading hearts myself, making them take care of this. They set up some diamonds. Well, they set up quite a bit of diamonds, it looks like. Nothing they can't do themselves, thank goodness. So now we went minus, but I think we went the least minus we could from this standpoint. Let's just take a look and see. I don't think anyone's going to pass this hand, first of all, right? I think this is just absolutely normal to open here. But once we do open, the opponents just essentially take control of the auction, right? We tried. Our partner got in there with their response, and then we're in a spot where we just can't really do much more than let them make 3, right? Notice how bad the ace is, right? We never want to play this ace because recognize if partner's getting a ruff, that means declarer has 4, which means we're just getting club tricks, right? So hopefully either partner has natural trumps or they're just not getting that trick. We're trading it off in clubs. And if partner has 2, it's really important we play low, right? We just command the situation. And as you can see, the 9 was played at trick 1, so we didn't have to worry. But even then, notice towards the end here, at this moment, folks, when I get in here, all right, sorry, after I win the club. So at this point, even if I'm not paying attention, as long as I have the count in clubs, I know that partner led high-low, so I know left-hand opponent started with 3. The 10 of clubs is guaranteed to just wipe the jack out, and the 8 is guaranteed to be a trick because the 6 and the 8 will be the only 2 left. So here, everyone thinks you have to count everything. Not necessarily, right? Sometimes you just, if you know the exact count number-wise, you don't have to remember that the 9, the 7, the 6, 4, 3 are played. Just the number will get you to the answer you're looking for. So we're halfway through. I definitely feels like I'm doing better than I did last week for sure. I was a donkey last week on multiple levels, but here I feel good. I love opening 14-point no trumps in robot tournaments. I swear I will do it. I will do it all the time, just not in this situation, folks. This is not only is it 4-3-3, but look at the spot cards. They're just all almost hopeless. Like the 9 of spades is the one redeeming feature of this hand. Now when it goes a diamond, a heart, I'm tempted to pass also. But I like match points. Oh, okay. Partner's bidding 2 diamonds. All right, I'm out. So partner's retreating. Good. We didn't belong in hearts. That's the one thing I'm worried about there is partner having a 5-card heart suit, and I could have passed 1 heart. So here, I think we did okay, actually. We got ourselves out of no trump and into diamonds. And let's just, what I want to do is count up my points here. I have 5 diamonds, or my tricks in no trump. I know I'm playing diamonds, but I'm just looking at what I would have made, right? I would have made 5 diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of hearts, and the ace of clubs for 8, right? So that's 120. So here I would like to make 4, but that would mean I can only lose 3 tricks. And is that possible? It doesn't seem likely when they get off to a club lead, unfortunately. However, I guess we can mess around with this. The opponents were silent. What we really want them to do is switch to a heart, right? So I'm going to duck this. Or a spade, right? We want them to, yes, okay, good. All right, so the reason we want them to do this, folks, is we want to try to set up the heart suit to pitch a club before they can set up clubs. And here's hopefully what we've done, folks. Maybe we've bamboozled them into an extra trick, because if that heart suit's breaking, we're going to be able to pitch a club. And we are going to draw trump first now. We took a little risk by not drawing trump right away, but not too much. And now we're going to test our heart suit. And unfortunate. We tried our best. We can't do it. They have everything. And we have to lose a club. Oh, well. All right, so here, making 3. As it turns out, partner would have done okay to pass 1 no trump, but that's nothing we can do, right? If we passed a heart, we were probably doing worse, I think, because we did get I mean, maybe we can make 2 hearts on this. I don't know. But no trump would have been the best, but it's really hard for North to know that on that hand. And really, can you blame them for just kind of getting us out of no trump and into what is certainly a safer and honestly, with that sort of shape, looks like a much better contract. Just so happens we had so many top winners that it was a good spot. All right, we will take that. And we have board 6, 3 to go. I don't feel like I have to do anything weird at this point. I feel like we're pretty solid. So I'm going to open a no trump. Little Capoletti shebang here. 2 clubs just shows a single suit. 2 diamonds is forced, right? 2 diamonds is just, hey, partner, tell me what your suit is. I have nothing to say. I open a no trump, folks. My partner's in control. And now they have spades. I don't want to say anything here either. I'm not going to force my partner to bid, especially because I've already shown my hand. At this point, partner's leading the queen. That's fine with me. I'm just going to try to safely exit my hand. I maybe want to cash the ace of diamonds here, see if partner's getting a rough. But I'm not going to trust any signal my partner gives me, unfortunately. So here, I think it's best just to kind of exit. We should know partner has the jack of clubs sitting over there. That might be useful later. Of course, they have to end play us at this point. So here, we'll play the ace of diamonds. Partner plays the 5. Thanks. That's helpful. See, you notice how end played we are, folks? A heart lead is just terrible for us, right? We don't want to lead a heart towards that king, but a diamond could be absolutely awful as well, especially if left-hand opponent has like queen 10 doubleton in this case. Gosh. Can partner have points here? We opened a no trump. We had 17. What did dummy have? If I could remember. What was their club holding? Spade holding was 17. Whatever. I'm going to play the king of diamonds. Fantastic. I love that. I love that, folks, because now it tells me I have diamond exits, right? So that happened really fast. Let me go back here and just show you. We played the king of diamonds and they roughed. My biggest fear was they were about to put the queen of diamonds on the table, and now I either have to give them an entry in hearts or diamonds, and they have a pitch. So here, ecstatic. Now they have to lead a heart to me. Now, guess what, folks? Exit safely. In defense, when we're at this point in the hand, half the time we're just looking for, please don't give declare a trick. Try to get out of your hand safely. And we will just sit back and take whatever tricks we have coming to us. And hopefully that is, are they going to, oh, they had a club at the end. That's too bad. All right, we'll take it. Minus 110 for us. But honestly, could we have done better there? It doesn't seem like it. Maybe in the auction if we decide to stick our neck out there and get to play diamonds, but even that doesn't look too great opposite partner's hand over there. So let's just take a peek at our defense from the very beginning, and it looks like they're just destined to make 2, right, throughout the hand for the most part. So we will go minus 110, and we will deal with that, but we'll press forward. Now this is a hand I'm opening a no trump, right? This is where I gain just a little bit while still being down the middle. I like being aggressive with my no trumps, especially when I have better shape than I did last time. And my intermediate cards are quite good. Jack 10 4th, Ace King 8, Queen 9 3rd, right? This is a hand I'm in there with. And here I'm happy to play 3 no trump with it as well. Let's go. Ooh, all right. Count your winners, folks, and make your plan. What do you do in this situation? For me, I start with exactly what I just said on every hand, or at least when I'm in good form, I start with this on every hand. A lot of us tend to rush sometimes, and we get kind of in the middle of a hand. We realize we haven't done the homework early, and it hurts us. So here, I'm sitting here when I'm at the top of my game saying I have 4 club tricks. I have 1 diamond. I have 1 heart. That's 6 winners. That's not a great total to start with. However, I have a heck of a lot of chances for extra winners. The main ones are hearts and also, surprisingly, spades in this case. The fact that they led the suit doesn't necessarily mean we're not going to take tricks. And right now, I'm going to play low, and I hope they actually start leading more spades. I'm happy about this. I would guess they might switch to a club looking at dummy, but who knows? That's a good sign, too. Now we know where the queen of spades is, so we're going to have a marked finesse in this suit, we hope, in the near future. And yeah, not surprising, there comes a club. This is not a situation I would take a heart finesse, because I would recognize if I win a heart finesse here, I'm likely not winning all the tricks. So here I'm going to play low to the ace. And I mean, the one time I would really want to take a finesse, though, is if they had King 10 doubleton. And if they do, that's bad for us. No. Please have King 10 third. Please. So here we just have, yes, thank you. Thank you, robot. You are the best. Okay, so here we have to recognize the information we have. Well, we also have to recognize we've blocked ourselves. Rob, you dummy. Here, folks, I have talked all the way through this hand and had a great time, but I've dropped the ball, and I want you to recognize why. I have end played myself in that dummy. I needed to cash my clubs earlier and take a spade finesse. And when I didn't do that, I absolutely compressed a trick for our side. So here I'm going to try to uncompress and lead a low diamond. And hope they switch to a club. They're not. They're too smart. They're too smart. And now I'm an idiot, right? So this is a terrible board for me, unfortunately. And this shows you what distraction does to you. As I'm in an ecstatic happiness for the heart suit, I'm just completely blowing the hand because I blocked myself. So 9 tricks is a loser here, folks. It should have been, I guess, 11, right? We lose a heart and a spade. That should be it. All right, let's see where I went wrong on this, which, multiple levels. Very early, I should recognize this. And it's so ironic because I'm sitting there telling you beforehand, and when I'm in my game, I'm counting my winners, and I'm not in my game as I'm saying this because look at what I'm doing. I'm not recognizing the further part of this hand, which is the communications part. We're gonna have entry issues as we discovered later, and unfortunately, as bridge players, we frequently discover these things later. They do a very good job though of kind of putting us in dummy and giving us a tough decision right away. Right? They win the ace of spades and they immediately fire a club, which is one of our only ways to communicate between the hands. So now our choices are, we could take a heart finesse, and I'm wondering if we did that, if they would cover. Because if they did, that would probably be good for us, because then we might win ace, we could take a spade finesse there, but really, at some point, we needed to just take a club, right? So at this point, once we've burned the ace of hearts and we've set everything up, we need to take the club here for 2 reasons. Not only will we be able to pitch a loser, which is a diamond over there, but we also get to take the spade finesse, right? So here's what was lost on me as I was discussing how awesome and in the zone I was as I was blowing the declare a play on this hand. So at this point, I think you'll recognize, let's see if the robot recognizes it. When we play low, we're taking one less trick. We're taking one last trick. And here it turns out if I realize this earlier before I play another heart, I can do better for our side as well. So I just dropped the ball on multiple levels. I can still take one extra trick if I realize my insanity before I get 2 tricks further. But of course, as I'm talking to you, I'm blowing the hand. So there, terrible. That will be my worst result I will predict at this point. But I don't know. Let's see how low the bar can go on board 8. All right, this is a normal no trump opening bid. I'm happy when I get to do that. Happy, happy, happy. Let's go. All right, let's try not to misplay this. I'm going to start this by saying I am not at the top of my game. I'm playing quite terribly, and I don't rate to do anything brilliant. It's the reverse jinx. Let's do this. Okay, happy about the lead. My winners are not that impressive to start with. I have 2 hearts, 1 spade, and the ace of clubs. But my extra tricks are going to come from several areas. One of them, we're going to get 1 extra trick in spades for sure. We may get 1 or 2 extra tricks in hearts. We could get an extra 1 or many tricks in clubs if things go really well for us. And diamonds is a potential as well. So we have lots of places to go, which can get very confusing, but kind of the way they play their hands and where we end up will dictate our lines here. So here, happy, right? It looks like we're getting 3 spade tricks because righty plays the 10. And lefty led the 2. It's robot stuff, so we can't be absolutely sure of this, but at this point, that's what we're taking. And now I'm going to play the ace of hearts just to kind of see what's happening, get a better read, and love seeing that ace. That creates 2 tricks for us. Here we'll see if they did have the king. And yeah, of course, it's robot town, of course, because they're slow rolling their positions. All right, so the spades were at worst 5-3. Well, let's take a moment before we do anything else and count our winners. Right. So this is very important when we're playing no trump. And to be honest, I just came out with a course about this particularly. It's called Declare Decisions, and it's kind of a course just like you're seeing on this hand. I take you through a no-trump contract. We start with kind of the plan of the play and discuss our strategies going forward. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'll drop that in the description. And it is a self-directed course. It was made to be watched after the fact, right? So it was not live. It was made just for you to watch on your own time. So here we are. And I would just say I have 3 winners already. And now I'm counting my extras. I have 2 more here. I have 1 in clubs and I have 1 in hearts. So 3 in the bank. 2 diamonds makes it 5. 1 club makes it 6. And 1 heart makes it 7. So I need 2 more tricks to be successful. Where are they going to come from? And do we have risk involved? And the answer is we're not sure exactly where all of them are going to come from. And yes, we absolutely have risk involved because they've set up their spade suit. Okay. Where are our extra tricks? Well, 1 could come from diamonds for sure, right? Just by an even break of that suit. When we have 7 cards, 4 and 3 in this particular hand, we're always looking for that 3-3 fit. 3-3 is magic when we have a 7-card suit because that means our last card in that suit, or our last several, will be winners when the 3-3 break occurs. So we might get a trick with a 9 of diamonds. We may also get an extra heart. In fact, we're guaranteed to get 1 extra heart if we just lose to the queen at some point. But we might be able to finesse a heart, and if that suit divides 3-3, we can get an extra trick, and then there's the club finesse. So we have to do more than one of those things to be successful, right? Because recognize when we counted our winners, we only had 7, so we need 2 extra tricks. So which of these suits provides the most potential extra tricks? I hope you agree it's hearts, right? For that reason, it could provide 2. And because we're in the dummy at this point, we could test diamonds, but what are we going to need diamonds for? We need maybe 1, maybe 2 finesses if the heart finesse isn't working for us. So here, ooh, okay. Beautiful. So now we're happy we saved our diamonds, so we play the Jack of Hearts. And now, folks, we count our winners again, right? Unless you're already there, you can do this every time. And this is the beauty of play is that the information's in front of you. You have your tricks. You won 5, right? And in real bridge game, these would be the tricks in front of you. And now you say, okay, I have 1 more for 6. 1 more for 7, and 2 more for 9. And that is your contract, right? So now, even if you're a little lost in the middle of the hand, as long as you recognize that heart is good, you now have the potential to take the rest. So now you play low to the king. You're still watching for more, and you're going to pitch a club, cashing the 10 of hearts. You do that first just in case they want to throw a diamond. Queen of diamonds, we're just looking for that 3-3 break. No, we didn't get it. And now we play club. Make your play, folks. We know right-hand opponent has a diamond and something else left, right? Could be a spade. We also know left-hand opponent has clubs left, right? What do you do? The disaster here would be left-hand opponent having king of clubs and 2 spades. But I don't think that can happen, right? Because right-hand opponent had 4 diamonds. Is that right? This is a match point decision here, and I'm going to take it because I hate that last board. So I think, well, wait, whoa. Disaster could be striking here. If righty has a spade and a diamond left, and I take this finesse and it loses to the king, it's possible that lefty could play their 4th spade and east has a spade. And east has a higher spade and gets to cash the diamond. I'm cashing the ace. I'm not going to do it. Usually if a finesse here is safe, but if east has a winning spade, it's terrible. So I'm going to play the ace. I'm going to hope the king was there because now it doesn't matter. And now let's see what they had. Yes! Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. I almost blew it, guys, on the last board. All right, let's see. We'll get a provisional score in a second, and then I want to take a look at those. I want to look at that particular result, actually. So let's see the provisional first. I know board 7 is going to be a stinker. I think the rest are okay, at least. I don't think it's really terrible. Yeah, so it looks like board 6 was kind of average-ish. Board 1 was average minus, and board 7 was the disaster, I thought. So 56.45. I don't hate this result stream at all. I think we played kind of solid throughout, I played kind of solid, other than board 7, obviously. But the score I want to just look at real quick is this last one. Notice at the very end, if I take a club finesse, they can crush me. And I almost did it thinking it didn't matter and maybe we were winning, but here, watch it. If it goes to the queen, it'll go king, and then 5 over to the 8, transporting to the diamond winner. Down 1. No. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget, I not only do have the Declare Decisions course that is out, I last week also did a bidding quiz, random bidding. It's great, and it is awesome on replay, edited for your time. And then a defense decisions class as well. I have 2 more coming up this week. We went from no trump last week. We're going to suits this week, and we have lots more on tap for you. So don't forget, learn in advance at bridgelesson.com. And I will see you back here for the weekend Pro-Am every weekend. And if you haven't signed up for it yet, it is free to sign up for. It's in the description as well below. Thanks, folks, and I'll see you next time.